Welcome back. This is Venkatramana. Uh, we were discussing CAD, computer aided design. So we have already gone through what is the CAD and CAM, uh, then the design process. Just to recall, I have put this slide. What is design process and where the application of computers in the design process. So these are all the parameters we have discussed earlier. Like what is recognition of need? We need to understand that there is a problem which exists, and some correction should be taken. That is what is recognition of need. Then you have to define the problem. That is the specifications for the design you need to tell. Then you have to prepare a prototype model. Then you have to analyze that model, and if there is any correction, it should go back to the synthesis, and at the end we will evaluate what is that design and what is the model and what is its performance. That is, it is put onto test, or that is real time. Then if it is correct, we will approve the design. Okay, so we understood further that the application of computers in these 4 areas, that is geometric modeling, engineering analysis, design review and analysis, then automated drafting, etc. We have to use the computers for the set purpose. See, there are certain CAD tools which are required to support this design process. Even in the plain drawing, without tri-square or this what you call drafter, we will be not in a position to do it correctly. Okay, so the perpendicular lines or the 45-degree lines, it's very difficult to put on. Okay, so in that what we understand is some tool like that is important in order to support the design, and the efficiency and the output is also good. So in the same scenario, the design phase, what are the elements? See, one is conceptualization, that is concept we need to prepare, then modeling and simulation, then analysis, optimization, evaluation, then the last one is documentation. You need to communicate and document. Okay, so for each phase we require certain tools. So what are those tools? The first one, design conceptualization. Here the CAD tools required are geometric modeling technique. Okay, see, graphic aids, manipulators and visualization. Okay, see, modeling, 2D modeling, 3D modeling or wireframe modeling, etc. we require. Then visualization means some sort of a monitor we need to see. Earlier we used to have a raster scan, something like that we used to have. Now there is a LEDs and LCDs display. Okay, we can visualize even solid edge, for example. You have done it, so whatever the drawing you have done, there we can see the picture, the model, the assembly, everything, and so such type of things we call it as visualization tools or geometric modeling technique tools, and etc. The second one is modeling and simulation. See, this is similar to the above one, that is a concept geometric model techniques we are using. Similar to that, the modeling and simulation tools require animation, assemblies, special modeling packages. Okay, see, animation, so the animation will be done it will give you live, okay, sort of a live simulation. Then assembly, see, the sequence of assembly, there is some different parts you will try to do it with a modeling software or technique or a tool with some or the other. Now the assembly has to be put on, and sectioning, 3D model, and even rotation, top view, front view, something and all, side view. All those things can be viewed here. Okay. Then special packages that pertains to a specific application. Okay, those are we say as special. Okay, in the sense that they are not like universal. We don't use it for everything. Only a specific product or specific application we try to use that modeling packages. Third one is the design analysis. See, there are a number of different types of analysis packages. In the sense, say for example, ANSYS we say. ANSYS, it is an analysis package for some beam or a component under stress and strain, something like that. Okay. Sometimes, as we said, there is a special packages, a specific application, a specific customized analysis software need to be developed. The sense it only works for that. Say for example, some bending of a bar, ANSYS maybe it is not supporting. We need to develop a software, analysis software, which addresses that bending. Okay, that bending only it will work. Now, in still more specifically, if you are using some aluminum bar, it works for only aluminum bar, like that. I am telling it, but in a overall manner we can use it. Okay, for a bars like that. Okay, those are customized means individual. A particular market, some customer will be there. He wants only like this. We'll give it. Okay, like that. Next, the other one is optimization, design optimization. Sir, a particular design when it is given, it will be raw. So after certain trials and runs, you will understand which is the correct or optimized design. So if for a particular application, it need to be optimized. See, sometimes like say a square is there. Square, if you try to tilt it by an angle, it will become some sort of a trapezoid or something like that. Okay, the design is same, but it is inclined to certain angle. So this is customized in the sense the person is asked, I don't want a perfect square of 90 degrees inclined by so and so, like that. Okay, this is customized applications. Especially the optimization is very important with structure. See, structures are load bearing. Okay, so if a structure fails, entire element will fail. Okay, that is why the structural design you need to optimize correctly, so that it will try to bear the load and the product performance will be correct. Otherwise, it will fail. Okay, so that is how this design optimization, using some optimization techniques, we try to do it, and design will be optimized, and then it will sent for evaluation. In the sense, the next step is design evaluation. Okay, see, evaluation we go with the dimensions. Sir, in Triple I hope you would have learnt tolerances, limits, fits, different types of tolerances, different types of fits we learnt, because different fits for different applications. The nut and bolt, say for example, they should tightly hold an element. If it is loose, there is no meaning. Okay, similarly gear, the gear should mesh correctly. Okay, the say brake, it should hold brake tightly, otherwise no, there should not be slip. Clutch, there should not be slip. So like that, we need to understand that dimensioning plays a role. There's a tight fit, loose fit, something like that. It depends on the application. Then the tolerances to be given, so plus or minus 0.02. Sir, why these tolerances are very important in the sense, say aerospace application, for example, if you try to take even 0.0001 means third decimal, fourth decimal, we need to go. So otherwise the component will fail. Okay, say thermal shields are there. If there is a small error, there is a void or a gap in the thermal shield, the spacecraft, while coming down, it is put into lot of thermal. So what happens? This thermal or the temperature will penetrate into the inner core, inner body, inner layers, below the thermal shield, then the thing starts burning because the temperature, the metal which they use, the melting point is far below what is existing there in real time. So that is why they fail. So that is why you should be very careful in giving the tolerances in order to. And bill of material, BOM means bill of materials. So we need to give what are the elements, what is the material, what is the specification, etc., and how many numbers, in what time, what price, everything should be there. Okay, say a single element, a single component, if you try to take, it is not of one element. There are different elements will be there. Like assembly drawing you have seen, a stuffing box you have checked out. There are two nuts and bolts. Then there is one bottom base. Okay. Then there is a cover, some bush, some bearing, etc., etc. We should say. The sense, how many number of nuts you require, what type of material, what are the dimension. Then what is the base plate and bushes require, or how many number of bearings require, what type of bearing, what type of material. All these things need to be specified correctly. Okay, all these things, and date also, when required, where required. Say in a machine shop, there are some n number of machines working. Say machine 1, what are the elements required, machine 2, what are the elements required, and when required. 1 may be starting with 0 time, but 2 will start at particular time. Okay, say after 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Like that we need to understand. That is what is bill of materials. Then numerical control machines. Okay, whether the component can be made with ordinary machine or numerical control machine or CNC, like that we need to address that also. All these things is done in evaluation, design evaluation process, in the sense that the design which you are giving is possible to manufacture with the stated dimensions and tolerances with this machine and etc. Right? Then the other one is documentation. That is design, communication and documentation. Okay, so you need to give a draft of what is the model. The model should contain all the tolerances, dimensions, and customized what are they, like everything, right? Then all the details have to be given. Okay, what is the number, what is the material, what are the process of doing that, everything need to be communicated, or details of each and every element of the design need to be kept or displayed along with the draft. Okay, these are all certain tools which will be supporting the design process. Now see a pictorial representation of CAD tools. See, first one is computer graphic concepts, that is in yellow. Then design tools, blue. Then modeling, software and packages and etc. is green. All the things are required. We whenever it is needed, we need to adopt these things. See, there is all put together. There is a CAD tools given in the center. In the sense, all put together only we can try to develop a design and evaluate it and optimize it, and at the end we can document it. Okay. Next, definition of CAD tools based on their implementation in the design environment. See, from the left side we see design tools and computers. Okay, each need to give an end result of CAD tools. So what does the computer contains? It contains hardware. The hardware is comprising of a control unit, display terminals, input output devices, etc., etc. Even logical unit, or machine control unit you can say. Okay, or arithmetic logic units. Everything should be there in the hardware. Then there is a software also present in that is graphic package, that is does modeling and etc. Then some application programs. Okay, all these things comprises of software and hardware, the computers. All these put together, we try to adjudge that these are CAD tools. Okay. In the sense, we define CAD tools with respect to design tools and computer software packages and etc. Right? Then, what exactly is geometric modeling? Right? We need to understand that. Right. So normally, the geometric modeling is concerned with computer compatibility, mathematical description of a geometry of an object. Say object, first geometry we will tell whether it is mathematically proven. Sir, no. Mathematically we should tell that this is a rectangular, triangular, square, something like that. Then it is mathematically, if you do it, it is very easy to develop a model, right? So we need to see the compatibility of that mathematical description of the geometry. Okay, if some typical aerodynamic shape if you give, it's very difficult to give you a regular model we can try to develop easily. Whereas the aerodynamics, a lot of computation is required. Like Bezier curves we require. Simple curve we can put. Some complicated curves like elliptical, parabolic, something like that. It's very difficult. So Bezier curves we try to introduce, something called, which we are not aware, but just keep it in mind that Bezier curves or something like that is there. A typicality, like little bit complex shapes we can generate. So that requires more mathematical computation. So simple computation, complex computation like that. So we need to first understand the compatibility of that mathematical description of the geometry of an object. So normally there are three commands. One, generate basic geometric elements. Say basic geometric elements are points, lines, circles, arcs, you can say. Then second one is scaling, rotation and transformation. I hope scaling means scale 1:2, 1:10 or 2:1 or 5:1 like that. Rotation by 360 degrees. Okay, some line is inclined at 45 degrees. I need to make it 90 degrees or 280 degrees, something like that. Rotation. Okay. Transformation, shifting like x1 y1 to x2 y2. So in a coordinate system, x1 y1, if you try to put a point, I need to transform it to some other area, like it is x2 y2. It may be in some quadrant, whether it is a first, second or third, we don't know. That depends on what values we are giving. Then the third one is the joining of all these elements. See, first one, geometric elements we have said. Some elements we have given. I want to make a rectangle. So what happens? I require 4 points and 4 lines which will connect these points. Point 1, 2, 3, 4. Line is between point 1 and 2. 2 is between 2 and 3. 3 and 4 is third, and 4 and 1 is the fourth line. Like this, we need to understand how to join these elements. It's a simple thing. So I said say rectangular, square or triangle. It's very simple basic elements we can join with points and lines. So that sort of thing is the third element of your geometric modeling. See, the representation of objects in the geometric modeling. First one, if you check out wireframe modeling. The wireframe modeling, object is displayed, okay, by interconnecting lines, comma points, etc. That is, it is a 2D or 3D. Topmost picture, that is a small cube, first one. You can see different lines. Each corner is a point. Each corner is joined to another corner. It's a line. Okay, you can see. This is what we say wireframe modeling. All the lines, points are visible. Okay, this is one first basic thing, that is wireframe modeling. The object is displayed and it is interconnected with the lines, points. That is what we call it as wireframe modeling. Any line you put and bottom everything you join it, I can say it's one of the object, some shape. Here I have shown cube. The second one is surface modeling. Geometry is represented in the form of a surface. The second figure or the center figure, if you check out, I have shown only the outer lines, and there are some shaded lines, that is 45 degrees hatching, indicating that it's a surface. Top surface is there, right side surface is there, front surface is there. So here there is no we have not given lines and points. A entire surface, a rectangular face or a square face we have joined. This what is surface modeling, where unlike these points and lines, the surface has been one surface to other surface we will join to form a cube. Okay, so that is one thing. The other one is next, third one is solid modeling. Say solid, self is telling. This uses solid shapes, color. We give different colors for different solids. The third one, the bottom one, if you check out, it's a cube which is solid. In the sense the entire element is one. There is nothing like surface, the entire element is one. Okay, so first one is joining points, lines, wireframe. Second one is surface, one entire surface to surface modeling. Third one is entire solid block. That's why we call it as solid modeling. There are advanced methods, a number of modeling packages are available, like examples CATIA, Unigraphics, SolidWorks, etc. etc. Even your Solid Edge, to a certain extent, it is a geometric modeling package for your understanding. Okay, the basic level. These Unigraphics, CATIA, all that are a little bit advanced, where we can use to develop complex drawings. For example, automobile field, n number of parts with n number of designs, and real complex designs are there. Even today, people are using this CATIA. The only variation is version 5. Now version 6 has come latestly. They are using these CATIA things so as to develop these models. So we call this as modeling package. Okay, Unigraph is also equivalent to that CATIA. NX, we say no NX. That is latest thing we are using. That is also a advanced package of this geometric modeling. Okay, then say for example you can say some geometric model. See, dimensions are being given, everything in mm. See, diameter also given. Okay, and we have developed one geometric model. Okay, coordinate system and etc. I hope you can see the pictorial representation. There is a drawing, okay, and developed model, okay, solid model. So these are the this is what we call it as a geometric model. Okay, still more I would have specified what is the material and etc. and what is the name of the component and etc. But still, okay, it is understandable. Say 3D model with mesh. See. Okay, each and every point is meshed so that at a particular point or particular element or particular node we can analyze how it reacts during the application. Okay, so this is one another model, okay, which is developed, another pictorial representation for our understanding. You can understand how it is. So previous one, so I'll just check it out. This is a solid, so there are no meshes. Okay, this is drawing. Okay, this is a drawing. Okay, all dimensions are in mm. Okay, then there is something called mesh. 3D model with a mesh, so which is developed in ANSYS. Actually, this is an ANSYS diagram. Okay, developed just for your reference how it is there. See, it is given. See, ANSYS. Okay, 10 version 10. So even latest versions are there in this. One simple example to understand what exactly the model and how it is developed. Okay, how it will look like at least. Fine. Model with mesh. Okay. The next one is the engineering analysis. Okay. This analysis involves engineering analysis involves basically stress and strain calculations. Okay. Then heat transfer computations. Okay. Heat transfer computations also included. Then we go with what is the fluid flow, thermal analysis, etc. etc. Even dynamic behavior of the element also we try to analyze in engineering analysis. All these things are important because any engineering element is put under load, stress will be existing, strain, it undergoes a strain, then definitely some or the other heat generation will be there. You need to find what is that and how it reacts. Then some components will be fluid flow will be there. Okay, any structure definitely we need to analyze all these things, even temperature, pressure, load, stress, strain, everything we need to put on, and in both static and dynamic conditions. So static conditions, it is very easy to, it's a little bit simple to calculate the or do analysis, but when it is in dynamic condition, then there is some complication to analyze the what you call design and etc. Okay, so this is starts with like that. Then different types of analysis. First one is mass property analysis. That is, we need to check weight, volume, CG, okay, even moment of inertia, etc. etc. All those things we need to analyze. Okay, volume, weight, CG, gravity, then moment of inertia, etc. need to be analyzed. Then modeling, FEA, finite element analysis. See, measured part, if I check out, I hope you remember this. See, there are n number of points, lines are there. So that is now important here. FEA. See, the model is divided into large number of finite elements. Okay, and form interconnecting nodes. See, small elements. The model is divided. All those things are connected, and each element or each point is analyzed for different properties. Okay, so that is finite element analysis. Okay, say one solid block is there, to how many number of smallest parts you can do, you can divide it, and each element will be analyzed separately. What happens in a solid, if you try to put a load at some junction, it will bear the load, and at few areas may fail. But what are those areas which are failing, or which are the areas which is trying to take up that load? All those things are analyzed individually, element by element, with this analysis. Okay, there are different types of packages available. Example: ANSYS, Nastron, Fluent, Cosmos, Star CD, Hypermesh, etc. etc. Okay, sir, this Fluent, Star CD, etc. This what you call fluid dynamics, CFD, computational fluid dynamics, we try to apply. Okay, most of the time the complicated analysis can be taken up by these softwares. That is finite element analysis is been taken up. Okay, so today I will stop till here. Tomorrow another class we will try to check out what is design review and evaluation techniques, then what is automated drafting, etc. etc. We will try to learn in the next classes. Hope now you understood what is actually first geometric modeling and what types, how we will do it, then the analysis, what exactly we do with the analysis, what are the elements to be analyzed with respect to this design is concerned, we need to check, and what are the packages which are available. Fine, thank you.